Anyway, right? So I was kind of like shaking and moving around the time, man. I was doing my thing in the weed game, man. So you know, I had a little motion going with the weed thing, man, and it's like I wanted to hurry up and get out of that as quickly as possible, man. Get going to some legal legal investments and stuff like that, right? My brother knew that that's what I was trying to do. So he came to me with the idea, like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Let's get into the box truck business, man. One of our friends was already in the business, bought a box truck. It was looking good for him. And, I got to looking it up, like non-CDL. Like, okay, I never even knew that was such thing as non-CDL box trucks at the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, this look like a good look, man. We could get in here for pretty cheap, man. Like, you know what I mean? It don't cost too much to get out the door anyway. So we got to making it happen, man. We got to making it happen. I told bro, all right, look, man, we're gonna go ahead and file this LLC, put this business plan together, study the market as much as possible, and get ready to get out there, man. So that's what we did, right? I filed the LLC. I go ahead and get our EIN number, get all the legal shit out the way. And the plan was we had a friend of ours that was going to be the driver for us. I was explaining this the other day to you guys, man. So sorry if I'm retracting or whatever. But our man was supposed to be our driver, right? So we like, all right, it's cool. Me personally, I was only supposed to be the investor. I was just only supposed to put up the bread to get us out the door, right? And that was the only role I was supposed to play. And sure enough, man, we get everything in order. We go to get the insurance, commercial insurance. Try to put my man on a commercial insurance policy, only to find out that he had like a accident or something on his record that he didn't even tell us about. And because of that accident on his record, it was causing a commercial insurance to be through the roof. Like, it was some crazy shit. Like, I can't even remember the amount, but it might have been they might have been trying to tax like 2,000-3,000 a month or some crazy shit because of his driving record, man. So now we was at a standstill. Now it's like, damn, man, we wasn't planning on that. Like, bro said this shit was good, man. Like, you know what I mean? Damn, what we gonna do now? Already done like invested into it, man. Got the LLC going already, got the business bank account going and all that. So it's like, I stepped up to the plate. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be a driver. My driving record is clean, I'm good money. So I'm gonna go ahead and just be the driver, man. So so that's what I do, man. I go ahead, I list myself as the driver. Mind you, I put all this work in myself, man. I put my man down as a business owner with me, but he ain't have to do nothing. He didn't know how to do nothing. He don't know how to really get online. He just, all he got is just a hustling street background. So when it comes to shit like this, he don't kind of really know, but he kind of feeding off of me, man, watching, sitting right here with me as I'm learning it, He would come to my house every day. Every day he would come to my house early in the morning, man. We'd be fucking learning, studying, researching, getting it together and all that. Gearing up to get on the road, man. I filed that authority for us. Sat back and waited those. I forget what it was. What is it? What does it go for the authority? 21 days or something like that. I got that authority for us going, man, and I remember the day it went active, man. We was super hyped. Mind you, I thought we was on the same page, like me and bro. Like, listen, bro, like, we got a brand new authority, man. We ain't signing on to nobody. We doing this shit ourselves from the ground up. So it's gonna be rough. Damn, this fucking bee, man. This shit won't leave me alone. Must smell the coffee or something like that. Maybe because I'm sitting next to this damn trash can about to move. But nah, anyway, so yeah, that was the plan, right? Like, yo, look, man, we ain't gonna make no money off of this business right now. You know what I mean? And that's cool. We was cool with that. Only thing we got to do is just kind of stay in the game, at least pay the bills, man. At least if we could pay the bills, we would age our MC. And then we will open up the doors to all these other brokers and be able to gain access to the better paying loads and stuff like that. So supposedly we was on the same page. We was on the same page. Like nobody was gonna eat, or you know what I mean. Any if we did profit, if we were profitable in any way, that money would just roll over into the business basically. So the plan was like, you know, since I put up all the money and I'm now putting in all the work, and I wasn't even getting paid myself. I'm doing this off the strength, and like this just it just feel good to be investing into something legal. We were so used to investing into everything illegally, like you know what I mean. We got to get some legal shit off the ground for us, man. So you know, we got that authority active. You know, I went out and purchased all the equipment for the truck. You know, the logging device and pallet jack. You know, I found a pallet jack on the marketplace for like, I used one for like $250, $300 and shit like that. Cargo bars, ratchet straps, everything going pretty smooth, man. It was going pretty smooth. Everything wasn't. I seen a couple people like on my video and stuff that I dropped about losing my box truck business. A couple people commented like, yo, it sound like a dispatcher is what was missing. Like it sound like, you know, dispatch is what made us fail or something like that. And that wasn't even the case, because we had learned that dispatching stuff pretty well, man. We was doing really good at dispatching on our own. At least I was. And I was trying to pass that knowledge down onto the bro. Like, look, this is how you call up and looking for these loads, man. You know what I mean? This is how you find good loads. This is what we trying to do. This is the best bet, to stay in these areas over here. Trying to formulate like a triangle route to get us over here, to stay into these hot rat areas, man, because we live in a good area. We live in a good area where it's some loads always coming from around here, man, on this northeast side over here, man. We got New York, New Jersey, and up in Ohio and everything over here. So we was in a good area, man. We had a nice little solid plan, man. You know, so the plan was to try to get at least 5,000 a week, and that was our goal, to try to make 5,000 a week, right? But that wouldn't always be possible, man, because it's not that easy with a brand new MC authority. It's not easy at all, man. It was a couple days where there wasn't no loads for us. We couldn't get a load, or whatever the case may be. So my man, right? Every morning, like it's time for us to get a load or something, he will come to my house, bag pack and all that, and he will be ready to get on the road with me. So for the first couple of weeks, he was passenger side with me. You know, and at first, you know, I ain't mind that. I actually recommended that just because I'm new to this as well. So, you know, it feel good to have somebody out there with me when we traveling state to state and all that, making sure everything is cool. But then, you know, it was times where, like I said, we just couldn't find a load, or it was times where me personally, I would personally need a break. And mind you, like I said, man, this was like the spur of the moment thing where I decided to get on the road and get behind the wheel. It wasn't supposed to be that way. So I had already prior obligations with my own family, with my own household. Like, I'm responsible for a lot in my own household as far as getting my kids to school and all that stuff. So it was days where I just couldn't get out there as well myself. So it was quite a few weeks where, you know, we would fall short on our quotas and all that. We wouldn't even make enough money to pay the bills. Like I said, man, before, our overhead messing with that rental truck was over $3,000, man. Probably around like $3,500 was our overhead, man. So it was extremely expensive. So it was times where we would only clear like 3,000, 2,500, man. And guess what? I would have to pick up that slack. I would just pay out of pocket whatever bread we came up short on, just to keep us afloat, man. Just to keep us afloat. You know what I mean? I knew like it's light at the end of the tunnel, basically. So you know, while be out on the road though, I will always be trying to like help my man, get my man to find something to help out, to be productive. Like, look, bro, if you're gonna be here with me, you on the road, like, you got to be on your game, man. Open up that laptop, man. Find us a load, get back already, like, you know what I mean? And he was struggling with doing that. He was struggling with the dispatch side of things, you know. He didn't know how to like talk or negotiate, and I try to teach him everything, like I said, like I do to you guys, man. Anything I learn, man, I'm trying to pass it right down. So, you know what I mean? So we could be the best we could be. So I'm trying to teach him, like, yo, look, bro, this is how you This is how you find good loads. This is how you negotiate good loads. You need to know what the commodity is. You need to know what the weight of the load is. You need to do your own due diligence as far as GPS route tracking to see the exact mileage of the trip and stuff like that, because these brokers will lie to you. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you, you know, they won't tell you what the commodity is. They won't tell you the exact dimension. They won't tell you the exact mileage. Like, it's all a money game. So they trying to save a dollar any way they could. But it's on you as a business owner to be on top of all that. You know what I mean? It's your business to make sure everything is good. So, you know, bro was struggling with that as well. Like, I would have to pull over sometimes and find us a load. He'll be right there looking on the load boards and stuff like that, and act like it ain't nothing out there. Then we'll get to where we going, or I'll pull over somewhere, man, and I'll have to hop online and find us a load to get up out of wherever we going or something like that. So I'm like, damn, maybe bro ain't gonna be the best at dispatchers. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out how to put bro in the best position to be like productive for us, man. You know what I mean? To make it make sense. I got you listed as an owner in this thing with me, and that's where I screwed up at, man. That's where I screwed up, just because we've been through everything in these streets together. We childhood friends. That's my brother. Like, I put him in the same position as me, with the same say so as me, not thinking of it, nothing of it, man. And that came back to haunt me, right? That came back to haunt me, man. So you know, I eventually had to tell bro one time, like, yo, look, bro, it's starting to not really make no sense for you to be out here on the road with me. You know, it's really not making no sense for you to be on the road with me, man. It's more of a liability than anything, you know. You could, you know, like, we really need me to be, because I'm like the brains of it all. We really need me to be home, back to what I was doing, so that way I can help grow the business from home, man. Like, you know what I mean? I make it happen. I get on the road and I drive, I push this truck, no problem. But if I'm gonna be doing this, then you need to stay back, man. You need to go beat the ground where we at, you know, sit back home and just getting a whole bunch of work done. There's so much you could be doing, bro. You could be doing the dispatch and learning how to be the best you could be at the dispatching. You could be out here going door to door, trying to lock in some contracts, because that's the ultimate goal, is to lock in some contracts. We ain't trying to be doing this daily hustle every day, messing with these low boards, you know what I mean? We trying to get some contracts. So come in our local area here, you know, go door knocking, man. Everybody that got a shipping and receiving area to these little warehouses out here, man, and go seeing what's out there and stuff like that. So bro wasn't really trying to do nothing like that, you know what I mean? He was trying to escape this environment, you know what I mean? Because like I said, he got nothing but a street background here where we at anyway. So he wasn't doing too good for himself. So, you know, he was kind of trying to escape this shit, man. He wanted to just kind of get away and be going and make it look and seem like as if he's this big business owner and we got something, you know, amazing going on, man. He was kind of, I noticed that, like he was more so trying to act the way, like putting on an image for the internet and shit like that. Mind you, we out here struggling, man. We out here, a lot of the times, ain't even making enough to pay the bills, right? So, but I'm telling him, like, yo, bro, you're gonna have to sit behind, man, because you costing me more money out here on the road, you know, because I gotta take care of you as well. So now every time, if I gotta stop to grab some lunch or dinner or something, I gotta buy you lunch and dinner or something as well. We going to a hotel at night, then I gotta make sure we get in a double room, like, you know what I mean? So it just costing more money him being on the road. And I'm like, yo, look, bro, when we come up short, like, I'm the one that gotta hold this shit down. So we're gonna have to figure something out, man. And you know, he ain't like that too much already, you know what I mean? Then I had to call him out. Like, when we were back home, I called him out a couple times, man, because I be looking at like the business transactions on our business debit and credit cards and stuff like that. And I'm noticing that you know, bro be swiping away kind of when we home. And mind you, that's supposed to be off limits, you know? I'm the one that invested $8 into this shit. And I'm the one that's even putting in the sweat equity as far as learning and doing everything and behind the wheel of this motherfucker. So if anybody gonna be spending some money out the account, man, who the hell you think it's gonna be? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even on that, because I'm really trying to grow this shit. And I know we don't got it to spend right now, you know what I mean? Our overhead is way too high to even be thinking about spending something out this account. But you know, like I said, and like bro had ulterior motives, man. My man had ulterior motives. He thought like once we got into the game, we got our authority active, like it was just gonna be a different. All that talk we spoke about was out the window. Like it was just gonna be kind of like a open door. You know what I mean? Like he was just gonna be able to eat and live off of this shit. Like, and I don't know how that could have been your mentality, but that's definitely not the case, right? So when we started up the business, right? Mind you, I just had a checklist of everything that needed to be done: the LLC, the EIN, the operating authority, the BOC3. Like I had a checklist of everything that needed to be done. I went and got the medical, you know, the DOT medical exam and all that stuff done. The one thing I had bro do, just try to relieve some of the stress and work. Anything I could have my man do, like, you know what I mean, within his means, I would try to have him do it just to make him feel involved. And plus I needed the help anyway. So I'm like, I go ahead and start the process with the business bank account, right? So we already had the same bank as each other. So bro, I let my man go start the process of that whole business bank account, all right? And then we eventually got the account open, and that came back to haunt me, being that I let him do that, because being that he had it, right? Being that he created started the business bank account, he was given, or he created the login information, the username and the password to the bank, to our business bank account, man. Well, which to me wasn't no big deal. Like, you know what I mean? I remember the day when we got our shit. I was just like, all right, cool, bro. Share the information. Now he gave me the login information. I logged in on the app, on my app on my phone. Now we good money. But upon me starting to see them transactions and shit, he ain't like that too much. And the first funny money shit that I seen him do, right? No lie on my kids, man. He changed the name and the password or something to the business bank account. And that was a crazy red flag, right? And then when I did it, when I called him out on it, when I called him and asked him, yo, bro, you changed the shit or something like that? He denied it. He lied about it. He acted like he ain't know what to happen. He acted like he thought it was me or something like that. And that's why I knew it was some weird shit. Like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of crackhead vibes type shit, man. What the fuck is you got going on? And I would tell bro all the time, like, yo, look, man, if you need some money, like I know you fucked up and shit out here right now, bro, but like if you need something, leave a bank account alone though. Come see me personally. Like, you know what I mean? We trying to build this shit up, bro. We got bills to pay. We trying to get our business credit up. Leave that account alone, man. I give you a couple hundreds here, like I said at the time, and I was like dibbling dabbling in some weed and shit, like, so I would give him some weed and shit, like, bro was in a tough spot at that point in life, which is no big deal. We all been there, but I'm just like, you know, don't be like sneaky about using our card, acting as if this is your card as well. This is your money, because, bro, it ain't. That's gonna fuck us up, type of shit, man. And I gotta pick up all that slack, and that's taking kids out taking food off my kids mouth, man. You know what I mean? So anyway, man. So we was trying to figure out how, you know, we can get my boy. We was trying to help my boy with his driving record to be able to help me out to get on the road. Like, I got us signed up for Amazon, man. We started doing Amazon runs, and once Amazon came on, everything was looking good, man. Everything was looking bright. Like we will always have some loads. Now we was moving. We was definitely moving and shaking, whether on the load boards or on Amazon. We was always moving. So here's the thing, right? We still needed like another driver. I just couldn't do it alone. I'm gonna keep it 100. That's something I couldn't do alone, man. Because a lot of the Amazon routes we would run, like we would catch a load coming out here from upstate New York, right? And we would basically take a load down to Jersey somewhere, and then we would cut back over to Massachusetts or Connecticut, and then cut right back to New York to bring us back home. So we would have a little nice Amazon little triangle route, and this route would come almost like every night. Almost every night we would run this route. It was a pretty good route too. I think it was like, it probably was like a 420 total mile trip, and we would get like different nights they would pay different for the loads, but it would average. It would be usually somewhere like between 900 to like 13, 1400. So that was good money with what we was trying to get for our weekly budget. You know what I mean? But like I said, so the thing about that load was right that that was kind of a evening into middle of the nighttime load. Like, you know what I mean? We would leave here picking up the Amazon load probably like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. Go down to Jersey, drop that off probably 6, 7, 8, or whatever the case may be, and then we would have shoot over to Connecticut, and that Amazon pickup out there, that wouldn't be for like 11 o'clock to like 11 or 12, sometime around there will be for that pickup out there. So we would pick that up. By the time we get back here in New York, where we at, now it's the wee hours of the morning. You know, we used to deliver to a lot of post offices and stuff like that. So we would be getting done with these routes about 4, 5, 6 in the morning. So yeah, so some days, man, I just be tired. Like, man, I ain't got it in me today. I ain't got it in me today. Like, you know what I mean? And those days, that would fuck us up as well. Like, now I knew I was gonna like mess up with our budget, our quota for the week. But hey, man, I need some rest, man. Some certain things is priceless. It is what it is. I'd rather just pay the money we short or whatever. So my man, he ended up busting a power move for us. No lie, he busted a real power move for us, man. He was able to, my man, our friend, the one that was supposed to originally be our driver, he was still on deck, like trying anything he could to help us out, or you know what I mean. So my man, right, he did something through the rental company. He was able to go through the rental company, man, and get my boy added as a driver on a rental company. You know, and I wasn't sure how he did it. I didn't even know if it was possible to do, but he did it. And I remember that day I was like super hyped, like, oh, it's off to the races now. If we got a second driver, man, like, we're gonna take it to the moon now. You know what I mean? That's all the help that we needed, because now these wheels could constantly turn. So yeah, like I said, so my man, he wasn't able to be listed as a driver under our commercial insurance, but he was able to be listed as a driver underneath the rental truck insurance, which like I said, I don't know how it happened, but it happened, and I was glad it did. So he did that. Once he did that, we was kind of rocking and rolling. I felt good about that, like, you know, because our man that was gonna be the driver, he was a workhorse too, man. He willing to get up and grind, and he not really like, you know, we got to keep him afloat. He got bills to pay as well, so we got to make sure he getting something out of it. But he ain't looking for nothing in particular. He see the bigger picture. He just want us to grow this thing up, man. So shouts to him. It was all love, right? But here's the thing now. I don't know that in my boy mind, right? In my man mind, this whole time, and still to this day as we speak, right? Because my man, right, came to me with the whole idea of starting a box truck business. He really, really feels in his mind like this is his shit. Like he Trump over everybody. Like this is his shit. Like to this day, he really feel that way. Like, you know what I mean? I fucked his package up. This is what he believed. Did y'all have to get a DOT physical? Yeah, me, bro. I had to go get a DOT physical because I was the only driver at the time, man. I did that, man. I think I was like, I forgot, man, 60, 70 bucks or something like that. Quick little hour appointment, and didn't take long at all. I just, you know, Googled a local spot near me that do them, made the appointment, and went in and I got my DOT medical exam, basically. So yeah, but like I was saying, man, so I ain't know that my man was really power tripping, and I kind of could tell, like, you know what I mean? I kind of felt the vibes, like the way he would be carrying himself and the way he be posting online, fronting and shit. Like, that's one thing about me, man. I don't like to live a front. I don't want to trying to look a certain way that, you know what I mean? He online on Snap, whatever them Facebooks and all this shit is, fronting as if we got some big $1 million successful business out here, man. Like, you know what I mean? I used to be sitting back like, what the fuck is bro? What's wrong with bro, man? It's all right. I mean, you do what you want, but That shit kind of corny to me, man. We out here fucked up, bro. We out here figuring it out, man. We got a lot of work to do, man, before we call ourselves successful. But so when my man gets our driver on listed as us, right? That's where the real problems began. We already had a couple little altercations, like I told you, with the bank and passwords and logging, him spending money and shit like that, right? And now he feel like he got the okay to just like he could call the shots. He think he got it all figured out. He think he know what to do what to do, like knowing how to book these loads. And you don't show me firsthand, bro. You like you would be willing to go take some shitty ass loads, man. You don't even know how to break these numbers down to calculate our rate per miles and to see to negotiate with these brokers and all that. Like I remember on our first trip, our very first trip, we went to I think we was in Indiana somewhere. We went to Indiana, man, and we stayed the night in the hotel, shit, man. And I remember when we was in the hotel, we was online looking for loads and shit like that again for the next day or whatever. And bro was really ready to take some shit going to like Texas, man. A fucking load way down to Texas somewhere that was paying like $3,500. Like he just seen a $3,500, $3,000, whatever it was paying, and thought it was a good load. And I had to like show him, break it down and show him exactly why this wasn't a good load. You know what I mean? So I kind of knew, like, yeah, I kind of got to be the one responsible for making sure, because, you know, I can't rely on bro. He don't really see the picture, see what we looking for, what we need to be, and things of that nature. But once we got our man on the road, so we booked our man with like his first load was like an Amazon trip. So I let them two go alone, and it felt good. Me sitting back home like, all right, this was how it was really supposed to be now. I got a driver out there. Now he was really going to be our full-time driver, and I was going to be secondary. I'll just come pop up and bust the loads down on the days when he needs the breaks, right? That's what my mind was at. Now I could sit home and I could really build this shit up, man. Like, you know, get ahead of the game, you know? Filling out all our carrier packets, man, and completing all our COIs for these brokers, man. Just getting ahead of the game. Like I said, trying to lock in some contracts or anything like that, man. So, man, sure enough, man, like soon as they got on the road together, they was already completing like terrible loads, man. Terrible loads. I remember the first day they went on the road together. They left somewhere and did a load, and then he done called himself being the boss, man. Done booked something else on the way back, not even knowing what the load consisted of. And they had themselves head over heels, man. They had themselves head over heels. It was some like mad different stops. I forgot the type of loads what you call them, man, but it was mad different deliveries. It was so many different deliveries with this load, man. Had them, like, you know what I mean? I can't forget the numbers and all that. Don't give me the line now, but I remember first saying, like, look, bro, this is why you need to kind of open your mind and listen a little bit, man. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, you guys. You know what I mean? So he ain't like that too much, man. He ain't like that too much, man. But he felt like he knew it all. He knew how to do the you know how to do it on his own, call them shots or whatever. So I'm like, all right, go ahead, no doubt, bro. Do your thing, man. To the point where he wasn't even trying to call me to find a load no more. He was just trying to kind of taking everything that come his way. And I told you guys about this load in the video when he ended up taking the truck, taking my boy out to fucking Colorado, man. Out to Colorado. Mind you, Colorado, this area was a straight dead area. Dead area. Knew he wasn't find no load to come back there. Like just completely fucked the package up, man. He seen that $3,500. He seen that $3,500 listed by the broker and thought it was a gold mine. Like he was just gonna be able to go there, get that $30, and man, not realizing, bro, like it's probably gonna cost you $3,500 to complete this motherfucking trip, bro. That's like a whole week trip right there, going way the fuck out to Colorado, man. And what happened? They get their ass stuck out there, man, thinking they fucking know it all, man. They get their ass stuck out there. Now they stuck out in Colorado. They can't get no loads back. Now bro wanna call me. Now he calling me. Yo, so you got me stuck in Colorado. And like he really was on some, as if it was my fault type of shit. Because I ain't coming to save the day. I'm not sending him no gas money because he was just doing some crazy spiteful shit, like power tripping type of shit. Like, type of shit as you want, man. You about to fuck our package up, bro. You ain't communicating. We adults here. We business partners. We everything. Like, you know what I mean? We supposed to be an open book. You out here with secret hidden agendas and shit. And you fucking our package up. And you don't really give a fuck because you ain't fucking your package up. He ain't have to put in $1. You know what I mean? I'm the one that got everything invested into this shit, man. But I wasn't tripping though, man. But they go to Colorado and they get stuck out there. Mind you, because of how they took this load, it's Colorado, so I can't forget the exact mileage, but it's probably 3,000 miles or some crazy shit, right? So they not even getting the loads cleared, so we could get them factored in time to be able to cover our bills and all that shit, right? So now the rental truck is hitting me up. They hit everything is in my name. Like I said, man, I did everything myself, man. Everything is in my name. So the rental company hit me up like, yo, look, man, the payment for the week or something declined or whatever. The payment for the week declined. And now they hit me up. Now they hit me up like, yo, you gonna have to send us some money for some diesel. Like the fuel cars ain't working. Because these stupid motherfuckers, they out there ripping and running, don't even know what need to be done, what's the budget, what bills is due, what. They don't even know. Like that they just moving with the truck, right? And they failing to get these loads factored in time. So now shit ain't even in our account to cover the bills. You know what I mean? So the fuel card is off. The motherfucking rental company is hitting me asking you know, about the what's the name, and me, I'm like, look, man, I'm not picking up the slack no more. You know, I've been picking up the slack for some months now. I don't know exactly how long we was out there, but it's like, you know, I'd be damn, man. Especially somebody who got secret agendas like this. You know, I'm not paying for shit. I told bro, I'm not sending you no gas money, man. I ain't got nothing for you, man. You know what I mean? You thought you was hot shit, man. Figure it out. Figure it out, man. You know what I mean? So, sure enough, man. Sure enough, you could kind of feel the tension in the air and all that. And the rental company hit me. The rental company hit me up like, oh, look, man, we're gonna have to turn the truck in. We're gonna have to turn the truck in because you know, the payment ain't there on time or whatever. So I'm telling them like, yo, look, we gotta turn that truck in, man. So get that truck, get back to New York, pull up on me so I can get my shit out that truck. I want all my shit, man. And I'm turning that truck in, no type of shit, right? So now my man really hit me, man. He really hit me back like, yo, man, fuck that truck, man. Fuck Penske. We was dealing with Penske. Like, yo, fuck Penske, man. They been raping us. They popping our head off. They charging us way too much anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I say we just ride it out. Like, I say we just say fuck them and just go grind for like a month. Like, yo, that shit embarrassing to even be talking like that, man, to be associated with some type of mindset like that. But this is exactly what my man said to me. Basically, he wanted to just hold on to the truck, let them report it stolen, whatever. If they get caught, they get caught. They're just saying they ain't know or something. They thought the bills was paid. They plan to just go ahead and ride out, man. He must have thought like, you know what I mean? If he could ride it out for a certain amount of time without that overhead, then he might be able to get some money, get his money up or something like that. Like I tell you, he was all for self, man. Bro was all really for self. And shit, man, that was really like the last straw for me, you know. We had an argument together when he pulled back up. I told him like, yo, you know, when you get back, come holler at me, man. Come holler at me, because he had said some slick shit to me over the phone, and it was gonna turn into something else. I had to catch myself, man. Like, I was so passionate over this because we done failed so many times in life. We done been through so much illegally and negativity that man, like, this is for our kids, bro. This is for, like, we owe this to ourselves, man. And I thought we was on the same page, man. And that's what really had hurt the most, to see that, you know, bro just really out to look a certain way, you know what I mean? And if anything, you want yourself to be in a position to look down on somebody else. You want to consider yourself up here, like, when you ain't even seasoned or knowledgeable. It's okay. Like, if you that person, if you up here and I'm here, like, I'm totally fine, man. I'm so comfortable with myself and just humble, like, I'm okay with that. But that's not the case with this right here, bro. The fact of the matter is, you came to me with an idea, bro, and I took it to the moon for you, man. I took it to the moon for us, and put that work in to get us out off the ground, man. And You ain't show no type of appreciativeness or nothing about that, man. In fact, all you did was stab me in the back and try to portray yourself to be something else, you know? So, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. That shit came back. They finally came back, man. I pulled up on them. I got my shit up out that truck. My pallet jack, my low bars and all that shit. I still got a lot of that shit at my house right now, man, sitting in the shed. But, brung Penske they truck, man. I brung Penske they truck. And that shit, I put such a sour taste in my mouth that I never even looked back. I never even looked back, man. I never even looked back. I had to scratch that. You know what I mean? I had to scratch that whole business, that whole idea, man. Just for the fact that my name tied with y'all name on this shit, man. Like, that was a huge mistake. I fell out with my boy, man. That was a childhood friend, like I said, man. We consider ourselves brothers, man. Our children they call us uncles, man. I'm his kids' uncles. To my kids, he they uncle. I mean, was anyway, not no more, man. I deaded all that, man. I told my kids exactly, you know, you ever see him anywhere, like, that love ain't there no more, man. They ain't no uncle of y'all's no more, man. We don't want no negative people like that in our life, man. You know what I mean? He out here basically stealing from me, man. Out here basically stealing from me and lying about it. Going around to all our, cause you know we got a whole bunch of friends and stuff that we associate with, peers and stuff. He run around, going to run around to everybody trying to tell some fake ass stories as if I did him wrong and I left them stranded out here and this and that and all that. And motherfuckers is calling me up, knowing my character and knowing him and his stupid ass, silly ass character, knowing that shit is 100% false. Like, but me on the other hand, man, I'm so content that I don't gotta explain myself to nobody. I explain myself here now because this is YouTube, man, and this is where I can gain from that information, you know? So ironically, if you ask me, it's God, ain't nobody but God, man, because look, man, I had a negative experience with the whole box truck thing, right? I turned around a couple years later and I decided to tell a story about it on this YouTube platform. And guess what, man? That video ended up being a video that went viral and got my channel to monetization. You know what I mean? And if you ask me, it was just like, wow, man, look how God works, you know? Look how God works, man. Took something negative that happened to me in my life and turned it into a positive, man. It turned it into a positive. And that's the story of my life, man. I swear that's the story of my life, you know?